Hey everyone! Okay, so today I thought that I would talk about some of my favorite French songs that could be a little bit easier for people who are A2, B1 level would probably be the easiest, but even A1 level would probably be able to understand some of the things that are talked about in this song, especially if you look at the lyrics too. Helps a lot, not gonna lie. A lot of these songs I didn't start out being able to fully understand them on their own. A lot of the times I would look up the lyrics while I was listening to it, which I think is a great way to learn things, quite honestly. If you just are listening to a French song that you really like or a song in another language, but you're not quite understanding everything that they're talking about, it's a great way to learn more of the language, more vocabulary. You should just look at the lyrics and even sing along too. Just like read the lyrics and sing along with the song. That also helps with pronunciation stuff and just like getting a feel for the language rolling off the tongue. I love to do it, honestly. I spend a lot of my time doing it. It's just, I'm a really big music person too. I love music. So being able to do that, teaching me the songs in that language is also just so great. So if this is something that interests you, I will just be naming some of the artists that I really like and a couple of their songs that I think would be easier for people who are learning. I chose these songs because the vocabulary tends to be a little bit more simple, and also how do you say it? Also the tempo is a little bit on the slower side, so it makes hearing the words a little bit easier because they're not like speaking really fast, like blah, 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 blah. It's a lot slower than some other songs. Yeah, so here it is. So the first artist, well, group, technically they're a group, I believe. They're my favorite, actually, and their name is Pépite, which it means a nugget, like a nugget of gold, en pépite d'or, nugget of gold. Yeah, so Pépite, they have some really great songs. A lot of their songs I feel like could be good for learners, actually. I've chosen a few. So Sensations would be the first one. Sensations, I've been listening to that song for a long time, and the vocabulary is pretty simple, actually. The vocabulary in that song is pretty simple, so I feel like it is a very good one to learn. A lot of the vocabulary in that song can be very helpful. So Sensations. Then the second one that I would recommend is Les Bateaux, meaning the boats. And then there's Reste avec moi, meaning stay with me. So those three ones I think are really good because the tempo tends to be a little bit slower. It's a little bit easier to understand what they're saying. 10 out of 10, recommend those songs. Those songs are really, really good. The next artist, it's not a group, it's an artist that I will recommend. You guys might have already heard his music or just heard about him. But his name is Lompal, and yeah, he's pretty famous. I actually saw him before I started listening to music. I was at a French festival in France, Les Vieilles Charrues. It's a really big French festival, really awesome, actually. So I saw him there, and I had heard of him, but I hadn't listened to his music before going to that festival. And he's really good. He seems like a really cool person. He has pretty good music. So there's a lot of his stuff can be kind of rappy-er in some of his songs. So I chose a couple of songs that are a little bit slower, not so rappy. And his songs might be a little bit harder to understand sometimes. So that's why I'd recommend always, like, if you're not really understanding the words to a song, always just look up the lyrics, look at them, you'll be able to see them and stuff, learn some new vocabulary from it. So yeah, the first one for him is Ne me ramène pas, which I'm actually blanking on what that means. Oh god, okay, I'll write it, ne me ramène pas. Then môme, which I think is like a slang word to say kids. The third one is plus de larmes, meaning no more tears. I'm assuming plus would be no more tears in this context. I think because sometimes, you know, with French, sometimes plus can be like either no more, like more, depending on context and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's meaning, or is it meaning more tears? I don't know. Okay, honestly, I don't know. Okay. French is confusing sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm still learning myself. I'm like a B2-ish level, so yeah, bear with me. I'm not perfect, okay? I admit that. Then the fourth one is trop beau, meaning like very beautiful, too beautiful, you know. Yeah. Okay, so those are the four that I would say for Longue Parle. Yeah, they're slower. They have some simpler vocabulary. I'm pretty sure none of these ones have any rappy parts, but even if they do, it would be like not really super fast rappy parts. Yeah, some of his songs I don't do, but it's fine. And most of the time I can still understand them. I mean, especially if you look at the lyrics, that always helps. I can't stress that enough. Like, look at the lyrics if you're not understanding something. Okay, so the third artist, I love this artist because I feel like her songs are the easiest out of all of these things to understand. Out of all of them, hers, I feel like I can always understand her, like the lyrics in her song. And it's okay if you don't. Like, trust me, if you are listening to it and you're like, oh my god, I don't understand a thing, that is okay. Look at the lyrics, look it up, because I guarantee I probably didn't always understand her stuff. I think I did have to look at the lyrics from time to time for her stuff, but I feel like her lyrics and just the pace of her songs and everything, it is so easy to understand it. So easy. I can't tell you enough. Like, and her songs too are all also really interesting. Like, she hits some really interesting topics and like, okay, anyways, I'm starting to ramble a bit, but this artist, I haven't even said the name of the artist yet. This artist, her name is Pomme, meaning apple, but I think it's also a play on words of her last name. The first song that I would recommend for her is Ceux qui rêvent, Those Who Dream, and then Je sais pas danser, I don't know how to dance, Anxiété, anxiety, and then Pourquoi la mort te fait peur, why does death scare you? That's the fourth one. Yeah, why am I doing four like this? This is how we do it. Okay, yeah. So, Ceux qui rêvent, Je sais pas danser, Anxiété, Pourquoi la mort te fait peur. Voilà. Okay. Fourth person. The fourth person is Angèle. You guys probably might have heard of her if you know anything about French music. If you've listened to French music, I'm sure you have probably heard of her or heard a song of hers or something along those lines. I love Angèle. I love her. I've been listening to Angèle for about a year and a half, I think. She was my most listened to artist of 2019 because Spotify had like the most listened to stuff. She was my most listened to artist, which didn't actually surprise me all that much because I listened to her a lot in 2019, that's for sure. So I went through like almost all of her songs just trying to figure out which ones would be like the easiest. The first one that I came across that I thought would be a good one is Je veux tes yeux, meaning I want your eyes. The second one is Jalousie, jealousy. The third one is J'entends, I hear. J'entends, j'écoute. J'écoute, I listen to. J'entends, I hear. Yep. So J'entends, and then the fourth one is Tu me regardes, you look at me. That's basically what that one translates to. Which Tu me regardes, I guess she came out in that song, but I didn't realize because I wasn't really carefully listening to the lyrics and stuff like that, and like, I had no idea, but she literally came out in that song, so that kind of made me feel bad that I didn't pick up on that, but I don't pick up on everything. Like, while I can understand most of what these songs are saying, there are times where I just don't really Either I'm just not carefully enough paying attention to what's going on, or like I literally just am like, I did not pick up on that word. It's okay if you don't understand things. Learning languages is so hard. Like, it is okay if you don't understand things. Like, do not beat yourself up, please. I have been there, and it's just gonna put yourself down. It's gonna make you not want to do it anymore. So please, it's okay. It's okay. You just gotta take it step by step. If you're not understanding something, be like, hey, I'm not understanding this thing. Look it up. You know, ask a French person if you know a French person. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I keep saying it's okay, but am I telling myself it's okay? I might honestly just be trying to convince myself that it's okay right now, because I've struggled with it. I've struggled with it so much. You don't even know. You don't even know. Like, 6 years of learning French, and like sometimes I do feel bad about myself. I'm like, how come I'm not fluent yet? But like, also you have to remember, like, I did 3 years in high school, and high school language learning doesn't really do much at all. Like, I've only done a couple years in college, and I've only been to France once, which my French advanced so much in France, let me tell you. Like, in France and then in college, this year in college at least, once I transferred to the university I'm at now, like, dang. But I think, honestly, going to France was what helped me advance so much now. Like, if you ever get the opportunity to, I highly recommend going to the country of the language you're learning, like, as soon as you possibly can, even if it's just for a week or something. Like, it'll help you so much, I promise you, as long as you're actually speaking it. I didn't always speak French, which might have been bad. I started to kind of veer toward English sometimes, but it was just because I was having such a hard time, like, communicating. Anyways, we are going to transfer to Françoise Hardy. Okay, I'm editing this now, and it's Françoise Hardy. Françoise. Just to clarify. She is a singer from like the 60s-ish, I think. Like what you would hear in like movies and stuff a lot, you know? I picked a couple of songs that might be a little bit easier. I actually don't know how easy that would be. I haven't had that much trouble understanding a lot of the things she has to say in her songs. So I have 2 songs for her. Tous les garçons et les filles, all the boys and girls. Tous les garçons et les filles, and then Le temps de l'amour, the time of love. So yeah, those are some songs that I feel like if you're into more like 50s, 60s vibe of like music, yeah, I feel like those could be good ones. The next one, it's just one song. It's just a song. It's not a specific artist with songs. I haven't actually checked out the other songs for this artist, but there's this one song that I actually got from Damon Dominique. I think it was like on one of his stories on Instagram. I don't know if you guys know Damon Dominique, but if you don't know Damon Dominique, you should definitely go check him out, because I love Damon Dominique. I've been watching him for years. But he posted this somewhere, the song Carte Postale, and this song I think is a great song. This is for like very, very, very beginners, you know, like just starting to learn numbers and things. It's literally just counting. That's all it is. It's counting and like a couple of words and phrases and stuff that they sing to in there. It's a vibe. Like, I honestly, like, I know all the numbers in French. It's not like I need to learn the numbers, but it's so awesome. Like, I don't know, it's a good song. It's fun. It's a fun song. That's why I like it. So last thing that I have on my list is a song by a French YouTuber. Actually, if you do not watch any French YouTubers, I recommend Squeezie. This is the song that he has, and then there's also Cyprien, Normand fait des vidéos. I've also watched Patty Lynn Q. She's actually American, but all of her videos are in French. I like to watch her because I'm like, well, if she can do it, then I can do it, right? So, and she seems to speak pretty good, like pretty fluent French and stuff. But those can get you started if you don't know of any YouTubers. Yeah. So those are just some YouTubers. But anyways, this song is Bye Bye by Squeezie. That song I feel like is pretty easy to understand for the most part. So yeah, if you're just looking for a little bit of easier songs, I think that one could be a good one. I mean, you might need to look at the lyrics a little bit. And some of the things that I run into in French songs, which I'm sure it's the same for people learning English, is that sometimes they'll like scrunch the words up and like you can't really tell exactly what they're saying because they like say it really fast, you know, for the sake of rhythm and stuff like that in their songs with their lyrics. Like for an example, in this song it says je te dis bye bye, but because of the sake of rhythm they go je te dis. Like they scrunch it up, you know what I'm talking about. Like, so that's one thing that can make it a little bit harder with understanding things in French songs, because they do it for the sake of rhythm. Because if they were to say je te dis bye bye, like it wouldn't work, you know. Like that's why they do it. I mean, we do it in English too, I'm pretty sure, but that's one thing. So just be aware of that in this song. There is a little bit of that. There might be a little bit of that in some of the other songs too, probably. But if you ever do hear something like that where it's just kind of like, what did they just say, look up the lyrics. Look up the freaking lyrics, because if you see something where it's like J apostrophe T apostrophe something, like that's when they squish it like that, you know. So yeah, if you see that when you're looking it up, you'll be like, oh, okay, no wonder I couldn't understand it, because they like mixed 5 different words together and said it like that. So it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself just to see that and be like, okay, well, no wonder I'm not dumb. Like, it's just, you know, it's not like textbook French that we're taught in school, because how they speak it is a lot different than how we learn it. And that's where we run into some troubles, you know? So it's good to expose yourself to that. It really is. Those are the 19 songs that I recommend to you. These are just picked off of my playlist. I have a playlist of like 200 French songs or something like that. So these are just the ones that I thought would be a little bit easier. Of course, there's gonna be hundreds and thousands of other French songs that you can listen to. I'm sure other people will have their own lists of what they listen to, what they think might be easier. But these are mine. So yeah, hopefully you don't judge my music taste too much. I feel like they're all pretty well known. Yeah, they're all pretty well known artists. So yeah, but Pépite is my fave. So if you want to give Pépite a listen, please do, because oh my god, I love their songs. There's not been one song that I don't love by them. Like literally, not one. Not one. It's insane. If I could see them in concert, I would. I would also see Angèle. That's on my bucket list, is to see Angèle. I've already seen L'Ompal, but I didn't even know I was really gonna be seeing L'Ompal. I was just like, oh wait, I think I've heard of this guy before, and then I was just like, oh yeah, he's like one of the biggest French singers, like, and he was just on a stage right in front of me, like, dang, that's crazy. I started listening to his music after that. So, but anyways, that's all. I hope that you guys find this helpful. Just don't be hard on yourself in your French learning journey, or whatever language. You might not even be learning French and watching this video. Who knows? But any language, just find some songs, find some easy songs, listen to them, you know, that's always been helpful for me. Yeah, I hope you will find these songs helpful. And yeah, I'll make another video very soon. Don't know what it'll be. We're just kind of going with the flow. We're going with the flow this year. Thank you for watching. I hope that you will find some of these songs helpful. Hopefully you'll like some of them. And also, if you have any other suggestions for like easier songs for French learners, like do not hesitate. Put them down below in the comments, because I'm even always looking for new music. Other people will probably be wanting to find more things too, more music, more new tunes that can also help with their language abilities. That's always a fun thing. Yeah, comment that down below if you want, if you have any suggestions. And yeah, thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe if you want. I will see you in the next video. So bye for now. Thank you again.